So reincarnation takes on a lot of different forms, but when the isekai genre kind of takes a semi-realistic jab at it, it's always kind of a pleasure to watch and enjoy as it kind of unfolds, right? So in this episode of Spirit Chronicles, we were able to spend some time with Rio as he makes his way and makes his journey beyond the walls outside of the kingdom. He's traveling it's been about 3 days since he escaped the kingdom, and he meets up, or I guess he gets attacked or attempted assassination by the fox girl, demi-human Latifah. Now, Latifah, and the reason that I said that statement about reincarnation is it is always a scary thing if something were to happen and you were reincarnated into another world, another foreign world. But imagine being reincarnated into another foreign world as a non-human entity, and then being reincarnated into a situation to where you're enslaved, tortured, or all of the above, which is what happened to Latifah. And her story is so interesting to me specifically, which I called out during our reaction video. If you missed our full reaction for this episode, check out the pin cards right now. But the thing that's so interesting about Latifah versus Rio is when Haruto reincarnated, or when his soul was sent over to this new world, right, and he merged with Rio, because Rio was already about 8 years old or so, he was pretty established on who he was. Like, he was like, I am Rio, I am from the slums, I am this, I am that, right? He kind of had his personality kind of set on who he was and kind of who he is. Like, he is a person. Well, for Latifah, her story is a little different. So she was originally the girl on the bus in Tokyo, where Haruto had his accident. She was a little girl that was sitting across from him. Now, that little girl was probably between the age of 3 and 5. I would probably say closer to about 5 years old. When she reincarnated into the world that Haruto did as well, she reincarnated into Latifah. Her soul was sent over to Latifah's soul, and their souls probably did the same thing and merged together. But the difference with her is because the girl that she merged with was about the same age, about 4 or 5 years old. She doesn't have the same established personality, or the same established I am who I am already. And what I mean by that is, if you think back to your life or whatever, right, and you think back to when's the first time you can remember something, typically most people call out about the age of 2 or 3 years old. So you got to think, a couple of years after your very first memory, you don't really have a good grasp on who you are yet. Like, you may know, if I think, and I just think about this when I think about, like, my own children, like, they know, maybe how to speak already a little bit. They know maybe, like, their name. But I'm talking about, like, a well-established, like, I am this person. I like this. I hate that, Because they're so young. They're still so impressionable. The mind is still gushy, right? When that merging happened, she basically came to, and she was like, no, I'm Endo. She got reincarnated into that jail cell. She's like, no, I am Endo. I am from here. I am from Tokyo. I have a mom. I have a dad. Where am I? What's going on? And even till right now, snap, 5 years? Probably 5 years. She's probably maybe like 10 years old now, maybe 11. I'm thinking more along the lines of 10 years old. She still, in her mind, is like, I was this person, and now I am here into this world. I don't know how the hell I got here. So she's still very much like, I'm Latifah, but I just want to go back home to Tokyo. I don't know where I am, yada, yada. So with her meeting, and even in the attempted assassination, with her meeting Rio, Haruto, right, it's the perfect scenario for him to nurture that, because he knows the experiences, he knows where she's from, and that comfortability is going to far excel her and really be a comfort to her, especially because he knows what she's dealing with. And really, her is more of a traditional reincarnation, because it's basically the prior soul taking over the soul that was already there, and she's going to be more of who she was than who she is. And I hope that explanation makes sense, but that's kind of what I've got from this, and I really, really love that quite a bit. As opposed to Rio and Haruto, he's like, I am Rio, but I'm Haruto. Harurio, whatever. I'm both people. So I think that's a really cool concept. I really love too kind of how they showed us like their adventure kind of as they have been progressing through the forest and kind of making their way and seeing like the little experiences that they've had with fighting and being together. And I really think like he has found a partner for life with her now, and he's gonna be able to take care of her. And I really love that. We also got left off on a cliffhanger with him being a spirit of the forest, which was one of the wolves, which I think is really cool as well, because they're making their way towards that large tree that only he can see, which is probably protected by some magical barrier. And Latifah did say like, "Yo, I'm picking up on some different scents here," and the wolf came, bursted out his flames, and showed magic. So that's gonna be very interesting to see kind of where it goes next. Are they gonna make friends with the spirit of the forest, or who is there multiple? It's gonna be interesting to kind of see that. Last thing I'll touch on, and I think this episode's excellent, by the way. Last thing I'll touch on is there are other reincarnations here as well. That Lotte girl, Lotte girl, she was there too. She's the one who created pasta and kind of made that a possibility in that world. So there is other reincarnations in that world too. And I am really interested to find out if they're of the same concept, to where no one person is completely reborn. It's just kind of souls moved over. It's going to be very interesting to see that as we move forward. But overall, really love this episode. Really thought it was dope. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below, guys. Let me know what you guys thought about this episode. And of course, make sure you guys click here if you missed a reaction, and check out any other YouTube videos that we have for all summer long. And we'll see you guys next week for episode number 5 of Spirit Chronicles. Peace out, guys.